from birds exploding if you feed them rice, to thinking the world is flat. We count down the top 10 myths that people think are true. Number 10. Feeding uncooked rice to birds will make them explode. It's been a myth for quite some time that feeding uncooked rice to birds makes their stomachs swell up to the point where they combust and explode and, well, die. But this isn't true. Birds, they actually eat rice grains, so why the fuck aren't they exploding? But they also eat rice to make sure they help maintain a healthy body mass. Also, no bird explosions due to rice have actually ever been documented. Number 9. There's no gravity in space. People today still think there's no gravity in space. I can understand if you're younger or something that you won't get this, but since astronauts appear to be weightless in space, there's an assumption that the space is a place with zero gravity. While there is less gravity in space, the idea that there is none is wrong. There isn't just gravity on Earth, or on the moon, or even the sun. It's all around us. Gravity is responsible for keeping our feet planted on the ground, and it's also the way that planets and satellites maintain their orbits. The reason space allows humans to be weightless is because they are gravitating towards the Earth at the same rate as their ships, very slowly. Number 8. Yet again, wrong. The Great Wall of China is one of Earth's wonders. Historians like to boldly proclaim that it could be seen from the moon. NASA's lunar launch proved them wrong, but the belief remains that from close orbit, that the Great Wall is the only man-made structure visible on Earth. Ironically, though, the Great Wall isn't very easy to spot from a close orbit around 180 miles. It's large enough, but the colors don't distinguish it from its natural surroundings. Furthermore, astronauts' descriptions and photographs have shown that airports and highways can also be seen from that orbit as well. Number 7. Humans only use 10% of their brains. A lot of people will say this. In fact, I think some teachers probably will say this. But simple tasks, sure, they require specific brain areas. Anything complicated, though, requires far more than 10% of the brain. Magnetic imaging has documented this, and scientists are basically in agreement about brain functions. Unfortunately, many psychics still use the 10% of your brain is used myth to promote the idea that they are using more brain power than others. Psychics might be connected to some topics, but I'm sure brain science isn't one of them. Number 6. Your veins/blood is blue. Well, everybody has veins going up and down their body, and those veins happen to be blue. So it stands to reason whatever magical and mysterious substance courses through these veins to make them blue. No, basically the veins are blue thanks to a trick of light, not the color of what's inside of them. Number 5. Chameleons change color to blend in with their surroundings. I know what you're thinking, but no. Instead, chameleon color changing is triggered by psychological and emotional changes. Angry or afraid or combative, they'll change colors using their chromatophores. They'll also change color in a way of communication in various manners, like picking a fight with a competitor. The light and temperature also play a big part in how these little critters look. Number 4. Bigfoot is real. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. He's not. Many people still today believe that Bigfoot is real. I'm sorry, but there's no solid proof that he is real because the majority of evidence for Bigfoot consists of eyewitness accounts. Yet, as psychologists and schooled juries know such accounts are famously inaccurate. What's more, the problem is that that's not evidence. It's more of a sketch of what it is. It's interesting, and you shouldn't dismiss it out, but it's not really evidence that he exists, so, you know. Number 3. The world is flat. Before we knew about space and the planets and everything like that, everyone thought that the world itself was flat. But even still today, you may find a few people that still believe that it is. What the fuck? It's round. Here's proof. If the world was flat, there would be no time zones, because they wouldn't exist, as it can only be explained if the world is round and rotating on its own axis. At a certain point, when the sun is shining on one part of the earth, the opposite side is dark, vice versa. However, if it was flat, if we were on the dark side, the sun would be like a spotlight and would still be able to see it, but our side wouldn't be in the light. The only way to create two distinctively separate time zones is where one is complete darkness, you can't see the sun, and the other, you can see the sun, it's light. Number 2. If you swim right after eating, you'll get a cramp and drown. When you're a kid, you're constantly told to wait to swim after you eat, between 15 minutes to half an hour, even sometimes an hour. That's just the result of overprotective parenting. Despite the common belief, there's no link between cramping and eating. Our bodies are perfectly adapted to simultaneously swim and digest. You might get queasy if you exert yourself too quickly. That's just like going to the gym after you had macros or something. But it has nothing to do with the water. Number 1. If you swallow chewing gum, it will stay in your stomach for up to 7 years. This is another old wives' tale. Your stomach is engineered by decades of evolution to digest an astounding amount of things, which is why you have a giant pool of acid sitting right inside you. While it's true that gum is as easy for your stomach to digest, it's because it's not actually food. It's not going to hang around there far past its welcome. Your gum will, and you'll shit it right out along with that hamburger you ate. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more top 10s, and destroy that like button. And as always, thanks for watching.